to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. I gotta knock at the door, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but it's in the... Who is it? Who is it? Oh, what's up? They caught me right starting the live. That's crazy. That's my fault, man. Man. Amazon. You understand? All right, let's start this introduction again, all right? What's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel, liking, subscribing, leaving your comments, whether positive or negative. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming on. You know, this is regular conversation number 61, regular conversation number 61. We're here to talk about a story. Now, I mean, that just recently came out. Somebody sent me the video or whatever the case may be in my inbox or my email or whatever the case may be about a man pulling out a gun and aiming it at a pastor. Yeah, I don't want to disclaim I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me at all. We're not here to violate any type of copyright infringement or any community guidelines. In general, AAG, you funny, man. He said a new mic, rap tracks. Ain't no rap tracks here. Ain't no rap tracks here, buddy. You understand? No way. All right. What's up to Henry Ross? You said, man, you would have thought that these false churches would have some type of security, but this is sad. So I guess this church we're trying to do right, but them spoiled brats don't want right. Who says right corrections? He says, what's up to be holy? He says, run. He says, for your life. He says, save yourself. Absolutely. All right. What's up to Courtney M? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well for sure. What's up to Johnny? Shout out to you. Joshua said, you got gun mixed up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I got gun mixed up. What do you mean? If you're talking about because there's a V in place of that, it's for a reason. You know what I mean? It's for a reason. You know, some people replace certain letters and certain words that YouTube, you know, may send a warning or something like that to the video. So it may look like the person made a mistake, but they did it on purpose because YouTube has like a computerized system, certain words. So when you see the term VN, you know what I mean? I believe the word gun is one of the words. So if not, we just being on the safety side with it. All right. What's up to Michelle B? Shout out to you. What's up to Heat? What's up to Valerie Stewart, Angela, Christopher Span, one of my channel moderators. You says getting worse and worse. Oh yeah. What's up to Delma Speck, Jonah, another one of my channel moderators. What's up to Prince Sean? What's up to Joshua Bain? What's up to Craig? What's up to Diva? What up? What up? What up? You laughing? What's up to Mao? He said, was that old girl at the door? Oh no. Oh no, I got something for you. I got something for you for that.
You're going to hell for that.
That's right.
You're going to hell for that. Yeah. You're going to hell for that.
You.
Oh no. What's up to Noel? What up? What up? What's up to Parcell? What up? What up? What up? Christoph Jones. What's up to First Written? What's up to Gino P? TNT. What's up to Ed Sailor? Shout out to you. What's up to What's up to Soul Express? What's up to D Nicole? Hope all is well. What's up to David B? All right, so we're gonna get into the story right quick. And whatnot. Where is the story at? All right. So there was a situation that somebody sent me of this pastor getting a gun pulled on him, and we're gonna share the screen right quick. We're going to share the screen right quick. All right. We said who was at the door? Amazon. Amazon was at the door, man. Amazon. All right. They banging on my door, man. All right. So here's the story right here. And whatnot. So we're going here. So we're gonna click the story right. This comes out of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? So we're gonna click the link. So it says PA man attempts. But first of all, that's the second part to it. It says body was found in the home of a man. So not only did he, we're gonna get to this part too. Not only he attempted to pull a gun out and shoot the pastor, body was found in his home. We're definitely gonna tackle that one too. So, okay, so Pennsylvania pastor blessed to be alive after gunman tries to shoot him during sermon. Wow, look at this. Look at this right here. You pull a gun out on him. I don't know if that was personal because he was upset at the word or something. You know what I mean? Excuse the commercials on here. I didn't know they had commercials on this website or whatever the case may be, but we're going to read the story. So it says a Pennsylvania pastor says he's blessed to be alive after a man pulls a gun on him in the middle of his sermon Sunday and tried to shoot. 26-year-old Bernard Polite of Burdock, Pennsylvania, is charged with attempted homicide after police said he took aim at Pastor Glenn Germany at Jesus Dwelling Place Church. Just down the street, the county police are also investigating the shooting that left a man dead. They said police said they were called to a house near Stokes Avenue and Colmont Street for calls of a man shot. All right. They said inside they found 56-year-old Derek Polite dead inside. Same address as the one listed for Bernard Polite. And he said the two are cousins. All right. So it says I was really shocked. I really believe it. The neighbor Benjamin Jordan stated. So this is the situation right here of a man pulling out a gun and attempting to shoot the pastor. What would you do in that situation? What would you do in a situation if, hypothetically speaking, men only? You understand? Men only. I gotta be careful on this one. Men only. If the Lord called you to preach, if that was the case with this man and whatnot, or you just up there, giving a testimony, whatever the case may be, and somebody pulls a gun out on you and tries to attempt to shoot and take your life, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be more situations like this that will happen. All right, let's go to the comment section. What's up to Minnie Wall? What up, what up, what up? Shout out to you. He says, I see that in the video and they did a, what is that? A kayate on the gunman. Craig says he didn't hear about it. David B said you saw it a little while ago. AG says pastor must have preached that he can't live with his girlfriend. That's funny. You say he probably found out the pastor robbed him. That's funny. He says, I didn't know about the body being found, though. What's up to Michael? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Sean? You said, shoot, you better hope you right. I'm not gonna hold you. AG says, got nothing to do with the Lord calling him to preach. Hope he was packing too. Wow. Diva says the spirit of Satan has taken of the mind and body of many. I agree with you. That is definitely true. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy in this world what is going on. You know, especially when you got situations like this happening for sure in general. All right. So let's go back to see if we can find a better website than what is that? CBS News. All right. So we're gonna go to what is it? CNN. All right. So Henry Ross, you says probably I will be frozen at first, then I'll have to do something before I go out. Frozen. Well, listen, man. It's easy to say, you know, a lot of people out there have never experienced, you know, I guess being around a gun, knowing how a gun operates, or whatever the case may be. Some people are very afraid of guns, you know, but if you know the particulars to a gun and things like that, and of course you have to have strong faith in the Lord to keep you for sure. And one has to respect that if it's allowed to happen, it's going to happen. So at the end of the day, my mind said, listen, it's going to go down. You know what I mean? It's going to go down. And similar to what Gino Jenner's mother, when she gave a testimony about when a gunman came to First Church. All right, we're going to play it right quick. We're going to play this right quick as Mother Jennings explains the story of a man bringing a gun to First Church. All right, 3254. So just bear with me as we go to it right now. All right. So this is it right here of the testimony of Mother Jennings. So let me get a sound check on this one. When the
pistol in his hand.
Let me get a sound check.
Pastor walked out from behind the pulpit.
Let me get a sound check on that. Let me know if y'all can hear that. All right. Let me know. All right. So what's up to 190? What up? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. David B says, if I was a legit preacher, I would stand my ground. Wonderful. All right. So this is the testimony from Mother Jennings.
There was a guy, and said Elder King was sitting on Pastor's left, and Bishop on the right. And so I looked, this man came in with red shoes on, and he sat on the front seat and told him, if you don't stop preaching what you preaching, he says, I'm going to blow your head off. He had a pistol in his hand.
So this is a situation where Mother Jennings is explaining when the gunman came in one day to First Church and threatened to, handle business with Pastor and whatnot. You know what I mean? And listen, this is another reason why I like Gino. You know what I mean? We similar in these areas, just like that. You know what I mean? As she continue on to explain the testimony, you know, because people think just because they have guns, and I'm not knocking nobody. If you're afraid of guns, I'm not knocking you. All right, but I'm not afraid of guns at all. If somebody was to pull it out, I'm not. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? They just better hope that the gun don't jam. You know what I mean? All right. So I'm one of those people that if a person pull out a weapon or whatever the case may be, hey, it is what it is. You understand that? That's just how it's gonna be at the end of the day. You know, we gonna rumble at the end of the day. We definitely it's going to rumble. All right. So let's continue on.
Pastor walked out from behind the pulpit and walked right to him. said, if you're going to use it now. If you're not going to use it, shut up and listen at the message. He laid the pistol on the side of him. I was scared crazy. Thought he was going to shoot my son. Pastor.
Wow. That's a deep testimony right there for sure. What's up to Dream? Shout out to you. What's up to Simply Natural Black Life? Shout out to you. Appreciate that. AG said, this is the reason pastors need armor bearers. Well, What's up to Willie Timpson? Shout out to you. You says, but as for me, I hope he got affairs in order because I stay strapped. You stay strapped, huh? You got some people on here that stay strapped, you know, whether you got the Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 45, sawed off shotgun. You know what I mean? Glock 17, Gen 5. Some people got the extension, know how to clean their gun and whatnot. On the Glock, you push the two things up, you click the trigger, slide that thing back. You know what I mean? Take it apart, clean it with some oil. Come on. Learn about safeties of guns and whatnot. That's important too if you got a weapon. Of course, some people holding this don't agree with people having weapons as far as like for protection. But if you're going hunting, they agree with it. You know what I mean? But some people still stay strapped. You know what I mean? They still stay strapped for sure at the end of the day. All right? What's up to Ernest Beard? What's up to Wavy Boy? Shout out to you. Michael says, love, peace, and protection. Good evening, my angel friend. I'm going to ask you, like, just say friend. I'm going to say that. Just say friend. You can leave the angel part out. Just say friend. Right? I'm more comfortable with that. You could just say friend because I don't want to be accountable for nothing. All right? You can say friend. Okay? Let me see. What's up to classified information? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you as we go through this story right here. All right, so let's run it back to CNN. The story about the man who pointed a gun at a church pastor before getting tackled. All right. So this is the situation right here, whereas though the church members, I guess they tackled him down and they had him subdued. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they got a couple licks off, for sure. Excuse the commercials that CNN putting on. I wouldn't be surprised if the church members got a couple licks off. I would have. You understand? I would have. Let me get at least 2 licks. Let me get at least 2. At least 2. Please let me get at least 2 licks. You know what I mean? Preferably right uppercut to the body, left hook to the face. You understand? Let me just get 2 licks. You know what I mean? Just because. All right? But I wouldn't be surprised. What's up to Michelle B? Appreciate that. At classified information for the support of this YouTube channel. Y'all got to excuse the commercials and pop-ups on the CNN website. It's not my fault. All right. I guess you're talking to AG. Wavy Boy says, I wouldn't save him if he's a false prophet. At the end of the day, it's a human being. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Whether it's a false prophet, whether it's like somebody who just contrary to, what we believe in and whatnot, I just don't want to be accountable. You know what I mean? I'm a person that like to help people. I'm a protector at the end of the day for human beings. You know what I mean? Despite whatever. You said you wouldn't save him. I'm just that type of person. I have a heart. I just have a heart. It's a sad because I wouldn't, if you see somebody's about to get, plugged in that situation at a church, that would be a sad situation. You know what I mean? Real sad. A lot of people don't believe what we believe in, and they are classified as a false prophet. But let's just say if we didn't save the person, would we be held accountable unto the Lord for something like that? You know what I mean? Would we? You know, because I think, you know, the scriptures, I believe the second greatest commandment is, what is it? Love your neighbor as you love yourself, or something like that. So I want to be very careful. I want to be very, very careful upon that. Despite if this person was a false prophet at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He or she is still a human being. So I would want to be on the safe side. You know what I mean? As far as like in the spiritual type of sense. All right. What's up to Patrick T? He says if his conscience wouldn't stop him from pulling a gun at a church, nothing will. He will be prosecuted, convicted, and punished at the fullest extent of the law and get extra time for at a church. Diva says if you kill two, wouldn't that make you a murderer also, regardless of whether you were protecting yourself? Just asking. Well, according to the scriptures, you know, and of course, like I always state, that I'm limited to, you know, answering questions like that. But in the scriptures, it says, "Thou shalt not kill." You know, but in a lot of situations, like let's just say if somebody breaking your house with your family and try to take your lives, you got to look at that, because some people act so. I'm not saying you, but some people act so holier than thou. You know what I mean? Like. And then when a situation like that happens, it's like, oh man, you know what I mean? A certain button turns on in your head, like, listen, I gotta protect my family by any means necessary. You know what I mean? You got a 5-year-old in the house, you got an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 7-year-old, whatever in the house. As a man, you're gonna want to protect your family. It was a video, I think I titled it Physical Fighting. And Gino always state he would give his life for his wife and kids. He always state that. You understand? He always state that because he always state he's a realist. You know what I mean? And if I was married and stuff like that, of course, my kids, I'm the same way. You know what I mean? If somebody trying to harm my kids and whatnot, it's on. You understand? It's on at the end of the day. Hey, it's whatever. Sometimes it's my life or your life in that situation. I'm not going to be sitting here. Let me quote John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Oh, let me quote the prayer from Matthew 6:9-13. Our Father which art in heaven. No. You understand? No. So a lot of people, they got to stop acting so holy and thou, because a situation like that can possibly happen. You know what I mean? To put you to the test. So people out there who are so over righteous and they so act so holy and thou, they got to be careful, because you might be put in a situation like that. All right. So that's why it's good to be honest and real with yourself. We know what the scripture says about thou shalt not kill. Of course, we don't want to be put in those type of situations. We don't. I don't want to be put in a situation where as though I have to, you know, possibly take a life. And I gave an explanation before that, you know, that could have happened one night, you know what I mean, in my house. You know what I mean? When I first came to Charlotte, North Carolina, listen, nobody know where I live, all right? Nobody, you know? So when I had my children over, you had this, I don't know, this lunatic man knocking on my door. Crazy. You know what I mean? So it was about to be on that night. You know, it was about to be on, but I had to think. You know, listen, walk away. Walk away, because it could turn into an ugly situation at the end of the day. It's either him or me. You know what I mean? And as a fighter, we fight the, you know what? You understand? Especially if you got your kids around. All right? So we could say, you know, of course, thou shalt not kill, we should not murder, and things like that. The best thing to do is to, if you can subdue the person as this church did, they subdued him, they had him in some type of submission, whatever the case may be, cool, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of us, our anger, we become the Incredible Hulk. We want to do this. Some people are strapped, whatever the case may be, and they really want to take that person's life, especially if they're trying to take your family life. You know what I mean? I'm just being real with it at the end of the day. You know? All right. Henry Ross, he says, so that's why the security was formed. What you referring to at Henry Ross? You talking about the video with Mother Jennings? All right. He says nerves of steel. He has said it before. He is not afraid of no man, only God. David, you says, goes to show that not everyone trusts in God to protect them. Michelle, you says it doesn't matter what you got. When it's your time, you're out of here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jonah, you says stand strapped like they still slanging. Man, y'all funny. Y'all is funny tonight again. What's up to Simple Me? I'm good. I'm chilling. You know, we're talking about this story right here. All right. Classify, you said you got to stay ready so you don't get caught lacking. Caught lacking. You said just make sure you're legal and it's registered. And you know the gun laws. That's another good one. Knowing the gun laws and when you can shoot your firearm and stuff like that. All right. David says, though I walk through the valley, right? AG says, you like to fight? Would have been your opportunity. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But my thing is to protect myself and others around. You know what I mean? But for the most part, what that church did, they did right. You understand? They did right. They didn't pound on him to take his life or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure they probably got a couple of licks. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they did. They ain't gonna tell the police. They ain't gonna tell the media that. But I'm pretty sure that pastor or whoever in there must got a couple of licks in there, man. All right. Deborah, you says that man did something we don't know about. 190 says I'm from the streets. What's up to Jen? Another one of my channel moderators. Hope all is well. What's up to Bob T? Shout out to you. Patrick T says, I know that wasn't a Church of Christ because he wouldn't have made it to the pulpit. Express says the Bible say pray for your enemies, so a false prophet is no different. I agree. I agree with that. Sheila says that guy had mental health issues and the pastor forgave him. Okay, cool. I could dig that. You know what I mean? Of course, we gotta forgive. Of course. Of course. And granted that there are some people out there with mental health issues that do things like that. If you go to New York, Gino P, you go to Manhattan and things like that. You got crazy people out there, knocking people off the tracks and the PATH stations and whatnot. You want to go take the A train or the C train to Brooklyn. You got crazy people just pushing people off the tracks, the platform. You got crazy people in New York, crazy people in Newark with mental health issues that's slapping people, punching people and stuff like that. So there are people out there with mental health issues. But guess what? I don't care if you're schizophrenic. I don't care if you are, what's that other term? Give me some more mental health terms out here. I done forgot. I done got a brain freeze. But I don't care about that. If I'm with my kids and whatnot, even if I'm by myself, I wouldn't care if that person got mental health issues. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, this person, they got mental health issues. I'm not going to defend myself. No way. You know what I'm saying? Like we learn in fighting, protect yourself at all times. You know what I mean? Protect yourself at all times at the end of the day. All right? B.E. Holder says, Pastor always preach that. Don't say what you're not going to do until you in that situation. Absolutely. You're right about that. You know what I mean? So I advise the people out there, listen, don't even act holier than thou. You understand? Especially if you're with your family. You know what I mean? Something's going to kick in that you're going to want to defend yourself. All right? Henry Ross says, I won't be surprised if he's let out because of no bail laws in some of these Democratic states. Bob T says, could you live with yourself knowing that you took somebody's life? That's a good question. That is a good question for sure. You know, I don't know. You understand? But if I'm protecting my family, I wouldn't even think about it like that. You know, of course, we would seek forgiveness and whatnot from the Lord and things like that. But honestly, I wouldn't even look at it like that. You know what I mean? I could live with myself if it's a situation like that. If this person is trying to harm my family and trying to harm me, or whatever the case may be, Lord forgive me, but I know I got a firm heart to move on from that. You understand? It was either gonna be him or her or my kids and whatnot. You understand? So that's the perspective that I look at it as. You know what I mean? If somebody trying to harm you, I'm not gonna feel sorry for them if they reap what they have sown. That's their potion right there. So I'm not gonna feel sorry for them, not one bit. All right. I'm gonna be glad that I was there as a father to protect my kids and whatnot for their safety. You know what I mean? If I had to do it again, yeah, I would if it was that situation. You understand? All right. Evelyn, what's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to you. Patrick T says, he says, thou shalt not kill is a bad translation in the King James Version. You said it actually says thou shalt not murder in the Hebrew. Well, hey, people got different perspective on, different translations and whatnot at the end of the day. All right. What's up to Jen? Basically says, break in my house and try to take me out and my family going to get, I guess you could say you're going to defend yourself with a weapon. He says, don't have time to be quoting scripture and at such a crucial, dangerous time. You're right about that. You're right about that. So some people in general need to knock it off, because if you've never been in a situation at all right, you don't know what it's like. What's up to G Swole? What up, what up, what up? He says, I hope if I'm ever in that situation, I'm able to defend myself when I feel emotionless. All right. B. Holder says, defending your life, Bible verses is last thing on your mind. It's you or me. And if God said it's me, then it's me. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I think we talked about self-defense on the other channel before. Some people was quoting the scripture. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Turn the other cheek. What idiot is going to sit there if you got some intruders in your house or intruder in your house? You know what I mean? That has in mind to take your life and your kid's life. You going to be the idiot that quote scriptures? Really? You understand? So those people out there who was stating that, and people actually think that, okay, I'm just going to sit here and quote scriptures. While that man is pounding it on your little son, pounding on your daughter, you're going to be a fool just sitting there. Any real man, any real mother, listen, you're going to get it in at the end of the day. It's on. Seriously. All right? Classified information says, please help me clear that translation up. Thou shalt not applies to premeditated unaliving, not protecting your personal property. Well, as Gino taught it, it don't matter. It applies to everything. Whether you're defending yourself, whether you're a police officer, whether you was in the military and whatnot, that scripture applies to all. If you're protecting yourself and you happen to take a life, it still applies to it, as was taught, at the end of the day. All right. What's up to Sister Mandy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. He says, talking about in some of these churches, That's why security is formed. Okay, I got you. What's up to G Money Hollywood? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. David B says they said bipolar. Listen, some of y'all on here is bipolar. You understand? Some of y'all, listen, not some of y'all, some of us on here is bipolar. You know, that's something light right there. Almost all of us is probably, we have bipolar moments and whatnot. That's a light, that's something light right there. All right. David B says, I understand that we have to protect ourselves, but it's hard because we have to come up to everything that the Lord says. Absolutely. That is true, man. And like I said, I would hope to not be put in that situation. I would hope none of us have to be put in that situation, even to the trolls out there tuning in, for sure. All right. Henry Ross says, it seems like everybody has some mental health issues, but be careful because some don't. They just have accusations. Accused, excuse me. All right. Sheila Davis, who says, did you hear about the girl who offed her grandmother here in Philly? Some of these facilities take too long getting these people some help. No, I didn't hear about that one. I didn't hear about that one. You know? All right, Craig says, he says outlet for computer got unplugged. He says took my compute. Okay, I got you. No problem. Maha says when they were arresting Jesus, someone sliced his ear off. Wow. AG says video shows one man tackled a guy while pastor wrestled the gun from him. Wonderful. And we will play that video, but you know, they'd be having like copyrights on the video and whatnot. It said, what you got from Amazon? What I got from Amazon? Wouldn't you like to know that? All right. What's up to Mr. Ham? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Johnny says, I looked it up. In the Hebrew, it says, do not murder. He says, English says, kill. Where it gets lost in the translation, he says, do not murder. Well, murder, kill. You know what I mean? Hey, it all falls under taking a life, right? You know what I mean? But Gino preaches on, you know, the translations and whatnot. You don't really like nitpick with the translations and what have you, and things like that. Some are accurate, some are not. Hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, as long as we all fight hard to follow the word of God in general. All right. David B says, I've had a gun pulled on me, but the Lord brought me through it. Glory to him. Wow. Henry Ross. He says, nobody want to be quoting scriptures. Either they will roll up in a ball or you'll be fighting it out. Cut it out, you trolls. You know what you'll do when it happens to you. All right. Michelle B says, Dylan Roof deleted 9 people at church in South Carolina in 2015. That was sad. Yeah, I remember that story. I definitely remember that story. It was an absolute crazy situation right there. Right? Didn't those same church people fed that man or boy, or whatever the case may be? Didn't they feed him and whatnot? All right. What's up to Digital? Shout out to you. He says it's just like when Will came on stage and slapped Chris. It opened the door, and now people coming on stage attacking the comedian. I hope people like this don't try to make this a common thing. Please don't. Please don't do it. Especially at First Church. Oh, no. You understand? Oh, no. Please don't try that. You know? No. Mr. Ham says, I agree with what Gino said. We ain't leaving here till God says so. G Money says, when a crime is committed, 90% of the crimes or inappropriate behavior are done by someone who knows the victim. There could be more to the story. However, a mental health crisis is serious. It's real. Wow. Digital Masterpiece says, everybody in First Church ain't saved. Try it if you want to. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Look what happened to Mr. Vegas. You know what I mean? Look what happened to him. You know? All right? Is abortion often the fetus? Yes. Yes. You know what I mean? Is a soul in there, right? Right? And people try to downplay it because it's a fetus. They try to downplay it. Listen, once the into the egg and whatnot, and that formulation come, and the Lord starts the creation upon that. Anybody who does that, I don't care what early stage it is, if it's the first second that is formed in there, you know what I mean? That's considered killing. You know what I mean? A person. All right? Mr. Ham says, I had guns pulled on me in my past life. Wow. What's up to Gladys? What up, what up, what up? Classified says, the police brought Dylan Roof Burger King before they took him to jail. The church had a prayer service for him. What? What? Wow. Who was those police officers? Since when a police officer feed a killer? You know what I mean? Since when? Nice police officers. We're not gonna make this a race thing, but they probably had some of them sheets on when they took that uniform off. How about that? You know what I mean? Ain't no real officer who uphold the standards of what they learned in the academy and whatnot. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna buy a murder at Burger King and whatnot. I don't care what he's saying. Hungry, thirsty, no. You understand? We gonna take his behind to jail, get him booked, so he get ready to go to prison for life. I ain't buying no convict. I ain't buying no killer, no burger. His own personal money at that. Picture that. I want to know who these two police officers is. I really would like to know. I'm surprised they didn't lose their job over this. I'm highly surprised. You know, not to play as a race thing, but if it was one of us, be all over the news. Fired, sued, ridiculed, down talked. You know what I mean? I love all my backgrounds and whatnot, but the media and some of the judicial system, you know what I mean? They got that Adolf Hitler spirit. You know? Buying a man Burger King. Since when a killer his prize is Burger King? Right after he finished doing that. I mean, right after. That's crazy. All right. You said, did you hear about 77-year-old Donald Dump, aka Mr. Orange, blowing up the courtroom? No, I ain't hear about that. G Swole, you said I skipped your comment. I don't see your comment. I don't see your comment, G Swole. I don't see it. All right. It says, when you are a true believer, nothing will happen. What? What? I disagree with you on that one. I disagree with you on that one. You know what I mean? I really do. I disagree with you on that one. You got to fix yourself up on that one. You got to fix yourself on that one. You know? You says when you're a true believer, nothing will happen. You got to fix yourself up, because what my understanding is going is like, if I go to church, I believe in God and everything. I'm baptized by water, fire, all that. I do everything righteous. So are you stating that those type of people, that nothing will happen at all? They can't get mugged. They can't get guns pulled out on them. Nothing can happen to them. Let me know that, Gladys. You cool. But I'm just trying to understand your statement. I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. All right? So I would like for you to elaborate more on that. All right? Craig says the same people who want you to think a fetus isn't a life are the same people who try to tell you a man is a woman. Wow. Henry Ross says protesters are already doing this, and these Catholic churches just walking in there protesting this war between Israel and Palestine, or they're protesting their evil, whatever they're lusting. All right. Appreciate that, G Swole. Appreciate that. Simply Natural Black Life says those cops were demons too. I agree with you. I agree with you for sure. All right. What's up to N Maxwell? Shout out to you. Joseph, you said, why do abortions though? Just stay away from having sex. You says not even going to say protected sex because that's fornication and it's a sin. Well, I'm not justifying for nobody out there, but a lot of us, we was young and we did things. You understand? Some people young, immature, young and dumb, and whatnot, but you have a point. You have a point. A lot of us didn't have the knowledge as we have now when we was younger. We didn't. A lot of us didn't have any guidance. Not saying that I don't agree with abortion. I never did. Never. Not even when I was young. Never agree with it. I didn't care what situation I was in if that was to happen. You understand? If it was to happen, I still wouldn't agree with it at all. So I never agree with abortion, not one bit. But you're right. If a person is aborting babies all day, close your legs, woman. Close them. You understand? You're right. Close them. At the end of the day. All right. What's up to Sister Manny says, years ago I got robbed with the sword off pointed at me, and it seemed like the world stood still. Not a car or person in sight. Wow. Wow, that's crazy right there. The journal, the gospel journal. You said these are the last days. Hold on to God, so He'll hold on to you. What's up, Nicole Martin? Shout out to you. One of my channel moderators. Digital Masterpiece says, would someone who's not pregnant get an abortion? No, they get an abortion because there's life in you, which means you're pregnant. If a pastor can heal the sick, he can't be afraid. All right, D. Nicole says, what if the dude found out the pastor raped his kids? What then? What do y'all think about that? Just asking, don't bomb on this Tony. Oh, man. Well, if that's the situation and whatnot, that there's speculations and whatnot, because we talk about it a lot when we do those stories upon those so-called preachers who get arrested for those type of things. But me personally, like, I wouldn't need no gun. You know what I mean? To me, that's too easy. I would want to pound on this guy, hands and feet. at the end of the day, if there was solid proof and things like that, because anybody could speculate anything, you know, but if there's solid proof and whatnot and real suspicions, oh, it's on. It's definitely on. I don't need no firearm. We don't need that. You understand? So that's how I look at it. And may the Lord forgive me after the fact. But a situation like that, nah. Nah. All right. Be holy. You said true believers, you're okay. Paul got in his flesh. They have run for their lives at times. The apostles and prophets, some had to hid from being killed. AG says, mother often tells story of pastor's wife was great and killed, which rattles the churches because she was saved. He didn't know she was saved. AG. All right, what's up to Beverly? Lewis, who says it ain't safe. Anybody can get it. Absolutely. Anybody. At the end of the day. You know, you could be holy, you could be righteous, you could be the sweetest mother coming from church, and there you have it. There's a man who's looking to mug you. It can happen. You understand? It can happen. But you got some over-righteous people who just walk around, la 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 la. Nothing can happen to me. Nothing. Be careful what you ask for. Or be careful what you put in the atmosphere. All right? He says, all the apostles were true believers. Craig says, I'm not surprised nobody heard about the Nashville church incident in 2015 where incidents were reversed. Only the news didn't show it all. The news is biased in multiple areas trying to divide all. That's for sure. All right? Yo, y'all funny. All right, Bob T, you says the Messiah suffered hardship, and you're telling me that we're not going to go through obstacles. He says we should accept that? The true Christian is never going to say that nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to not happen. Expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? Expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? All right. What's up to Martin? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Henry says, can we all say that this world is being broken down? Classified, he says, at the false church I came out of, they would say you ain't saved if you're a victim of a crime. Even getting robbed, they stopped that when the jack-legged pastor got carjacked. Over righteous. You understand? The Lord showed him. Some people are just so foolish in the church. And some people probably still believe that in these days. You know, all right, AG says, seems if an unmarried couple just got to have sex. Well, I ain't going to read that part, man. I ain't going to read that part. You understand? You know? I don't know where angle you're trying to go. You got to clean that up, AG. Martin says, I'm glad you good. Busy work. Absolutely. Likewise. Back at you. All right, let's get to some more comments. Sister Mandy says, I don't believe in abortion either. And I did things 5 times. Excuse me. He says, I still haven't got over yesterday's message by PJ and hope I never do. It was awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. Ham says, a pastor can't heal nobody. God does the healing. Wonderful. Jen says, God never makes scared preachers. Case in point. He said, Gino Jennings, he said, he is fearless because of God in him. All right, Bob T says, Gladys, please stop. You're not making no sense. Search the scriptures and be like, I ain't going to read that part. Lewis says, your adversary, the devil, walked through about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Got that right. Appreciate that at Beverly Palmer. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. All right. Lewis says the devil is angry and uses the workers devil to kill, steal, and destroy. Over a year ago, this pastor got robbed. They took his jewelry. You talking about the one in New York? Are you talking about that situation that happened in New York? All right. Jen says, I just realized that you please God when you are fearless and have faith. Got in some turbulence on my 10-hour flight and nearly, I ain't gonna read that part neither. I ain't gonna read that. Henry Ross says, and you ain't even safe from them cops either. Remember what happened to the dude when that lady cop ran up on him in his own house while I guess eating some ice cream. Oh yeah, I remember that. What is that? Was in Texas or something like that? Man sitting there eating ice cream. I guess he left his door unlocked or open or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. How she don't know the difference between her place and his place? You know what I mean? Obviously, it must be I would be surprised if they got some of the same identical furniture and things up on their walls and things like that. You know, that's crazy. But I do remember that story. All right. G. Swole says, why does the law defend an intruder if you or he or she hurts themselves in your house? Well, I don't know about that situation. I don't know what state does that. You know, if they do that in California where you at, what law does that fall under? And whatnot. All right. Can't do that. Can't do that, Jen. Can't do that. No. What's up to Sion? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. So G Swole, if you know that law that you mentioned as far as like protection of the intruder, feel free to send that link. B. Holder said she got 10 years for that. How you don't know your house from someone else's? Absolutely. I definitely agree. All right. So we're here talking about the story with the situation that just happened recently. What would you do? I raised the question to the public. What would you do if you was in a situation like that? You know what I mean? It seems like, of course, it looked like the pastor is afraid and what have you. I mean, which is common for a lot of us out here. You know, some people are speculating that is a story behind that, upon why that man did it. Some people are saying that he had mental health issues. But what if it is a story behind it? You know what I mean? What if? Because remember, a body was also found in the place that this young man stayed at. So it's a lot of twists and details to the story at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out later on in the coming days or in the coming weeks. All right. Let me see if I missed any comments on here. All right. So y'all just going at it. Courtney M says, who am I in the play? I don't know what y'all talking about in general. All right. Johnny, you says you have crazy laws out there in California. So I've heard. California and New York. But California more so. You understand? All right. B. Holder says, run the pastor rejected just like a normal person. You said react, excuse me. The pastor reacted just like a normal person would react. You're right. Henry Ross says, I hear in New York when you call 911, they want to take the call they won't take the call because of the backlash. They'll get to do them bad cops. So now all cops are afraid. What you mean by that? Where you hear that story at Henry Ross? Excuse me. Mark says every time the tractor starts to preach the horoscope scriptures. What do you mean? Michelle B says, don't think it's strange whatever happened because we're living in the last days and the Bible is fulfilling itself. You're right. I agree. You know what I mean? So it's good to be under a God sent preacher to try to help you guide yourself in the right direction. As you can see, a lot of false prophets are out here for money. They out here for popularity, fame, and things like that. They don't care about other people's souls. You know what I mean? In fact, they probably don't care about their own soul. They just in it for the money. But just like you said, you know, this is the last days, and the Bible is fulfilling itself. You know? All right. You said look like that. You said look like that gun jam. Classified said, let's be for real. When you realize the fake church had been lying all this time, were you not mad enough to, well, I don't know about that. Sion says the cops' hands are tied. What you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You know? All right? Hey, you funny, Craig. You funny. You're a funny guy, man. You a funny guy. Henry, you said it's from YouTubers who did their homework on what's happening out there in those blue states. They're not going to answer your call. Wow. That's crazy right there. G Money says a lot of states defend intruders if they enter your home. That is accurate. But the intruder has to be running away from you and trying to leave your home at the time of being caught in the act. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that one. Yeah, okay. All right. Martin says, I mean the pastor tried to start preaching scope scriptures. What you mean by that? Sion says, the current administration protects criminals. They want them to run wild. Well, if you got states out there that has laws that protect the intruder, whether they're running away or not, no. I totally disagree with that. You know, totally, because they know that people are, you know, the emotions, their adrenaline is rushing, and they don't want to handle business. They're gonna want to chase after that intruder, especially those out there who got a firearm. If you come in somebody's house disrespecting them, putting their family lives in danger, oh yeah, you want your get back. You're gonna want your get back. Just like with that football player. I forgot what his name. Former football player for the Giants. You know what I mean? Who was dealing with this woman, this married woman. I forgot his name. All right. Let me see if I can find him. Let me see. I forgot this man's name. Somebody got to help me out. All right. What is this cat name? I think his name was Travis something. All right, and he was in a situation dealing with a girl. Let's see if we can find it over the internet and whatnot. And okay, Travis Rudolph. You know, he had to sit in jail for a while. You know, because his I guess the girl that he was dealing with, and what have you, she was married, by the way. The girl that he was dealing with called her brother or her family members on Travis Rudolph. You know, and gave him a false story to come do some harm to him. And you know, he did his thing as far as like in a self-defense way. But out there where he's at, they locked him up. It took a while, you know what I mean, to present the evidence that, you know, what he did was actual self-defense. And in that situation, I think the intruders or whatever the case may be, or the suspects, was running away. And he chased after them and was shooting them. You know? All right. Did you hear about the lady in New York that was killed by squatters? They cut her and they were still living in the house with the dead body and a lot of blood. Wow. No, I didn't hear about that one. That's crazy. He said you need a clip, you need a little clip from Gino when he called people bums. I would love that. Huh. Lord willing, if I can find it, for sure. All right, Christopher Span says, see, Tony, this is why I stay to myself, mind my business, and keep it pushing because my family depends on me and everything I do as man reflects on them. Don't have time for games. I stay out the way. Absolutely. Same here. You know what I mean? I stay way out the way. Away from negativity, away from nonsense. You know? Stay in my own lane at the end of the day, for sure. All right? So I definitely agree with that at Christopher Span. G Swole says, is North Carolina safe to tour around? When I got my days off approved to attend the Holy Service, I just got to book my flight, hotel, and rent a car. Well, two things. Two things I'm going to tell you. Number one, I don't know if you heard the message with Gino, but he says focus on the word. Focus. No toying around and stuff like that. That's what he mentioned in one of those messages. I forgot which one. You know? But if you're gonna tour around and stuff like that in Charlotte, that's on you. I don't tour around here at all. But people do go down. People, I think they call it Uptown or something like that by the Spectrum Center. You know, it's nice. It's nice restaurants around there. You know, it's nice restaurants and whatnot. You know, you got Michael Jordan, whatever he got down there. All them basketball players and athletes and stuff like that. But me personally, I haven't toured around here. The only time I get to tour, or whatever the case may be, is driving for work. You know? Because the only thing around here is, as Gino says, buildings and people. That's it. Buildings and people. Granted that they may have some like Dave and Buster's and, you know, stuff like that. But for the most part, you know, to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything special around Charlotte, North Carolina. That's just my opinion. Maybe you'll find something if you happen to do that, but that's just my opinion. You know, I don't go around touring. Even after 2 years of being here, I never did it. You understand? Never. All right. He says, I remember PJ mentioned about how it's right for us to defend our country in war, but we can't defend our household. I'm not too sure about that one. All right. Classified said years ago they were burning churches. Now they're being pewed. What's the fix? He says work home. Rashid, what up? You says just like anywhere, know where you are going or end up in the wrong area. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, my advice, if anybody coming out to Charlotte for the event in July with Gino Jennings and what have you, my advice is listen, go to the service, go back to the hotel, or go get you something to eat, or Uber Eats or something like that. You know what I mean? That's my advice. That's just me personally. That's my advice. Or, you know what I mean? You feel like working out with Tony Harvin? Listen, we go work out. We go work out. You know what I mean? But that's it. I ain't going to no fancy place and nothing like that. Church, work out, go back to your hotel. You know what I mean? But they do got some good restaurants out there in Charlotte. You know, they do. I like Ruth Chris. It's pretty good. You know, in Uptown, what is that? Uptown Charlotte, I think. I like Ruth Chris. All right. It says North Carolina sounds worse than Chicago. All All right. Let's see. Patrick T says North Carolina is safe. Just stay out of Winston-Salem and Greensboro. What's up to Cynthia Davenport? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Guess y'all talking about food in here. Jen says, me too. I love my own space away from toxic, dangerous humans. I'm not trying to meet or meet God before he calls me. All right, cool. You said just drink your water and mind your business. Absolutely. You know, that's one of the best ways to be. Henry Ross says America isn't the place no more for touring. He say he want to come over here to tour Charlotte. Man, listen. He says, are you serious about working out like boxing if I go out there? Hey, man, yeah, sure. Sure. You know, if you want to experience a boxing workout and, you know, they got a gym, top Tiger boxing gym, you know, $20 one day. You happen to go there, or you work out for free on the outside in the park. You know? I mean, but that's on you. You says, what a hood at in NC? I don't know. I really don't know. You know? He said, I'm hungry. Oh, man, you funny, man. All right, so we were just talking about the story, man, and whatnot, and you know, a lot of people gave their thoughts about what they would do in a situation like this and whatnot. You know, a lot of y'all spoke about self-defense laws and how certain states have certain laws that protects the intruder and what have you. Now, let's just say if this pastor would have had a pistol, a gun, and whatnot, and would have reacted in such a way of shooting and, you know, killing this intruder. Now, I don't know the laws out there in Pennsylvania and whatnot in reference to self-defense, but a lot of situations could have happened in this picture, you know. But blessedly, the members over there subdued this gunman, you know, in the screen. All right, Michelle says you had to be careful. You can't even let people in your house anymore. I agree. I definitely agree with that, for sure. All right, Mr. Ham, he says, back in the day, whenever I visit a state, I always used to go to the hood. Now I'm old and smart. I realize how dumb that was. Oh, wow. Rashida says, North Carolina is what you make it. Yeah, I mean, you know. So I'm down to get in the ring. So do you have... No. You can't get in the ring, dude. You cannot spar. You know what I mean? You're green, man. You can't do that. You know, unless you want to sign some paperwork, you know, to protect the gym and to protect whoever's sparring you from you suing them. Hey, you're more than likely to do that. If you want to get in the ring to have a sparring session, hey, that's on you. You know what I mean? Just make sure you sign the waiver. All right? Sion said it won't be so holy for the pastor to be carrying in church. There's some preachers out there that's carrying. You know, there's some preachers out there for sure. All right. G Swole. You hit me up on Facebook one time. Hey, I'm on there. All right, I'm on it. You know. He said he needed to sign a waiver. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. All right. We're coming to a conclusion. So if y'all got any last closing remarks to this live, feel free to leave it in the chat room. We had a good conversation, and whatnot. Definitely. He says, what weight class are you? Oh no, I'm not no heavyweight. Nuh-uh. Heavyweight is like 200 and whatnot. It all depends. You know, it all depends. My weight shifts whenever I decided to, you know. But you might people might classify as like, you know, light or junior welterweight or whatever the case may be, you know. All right. It says play golf. Playing golf, Rashid. God bless you too, at Mr. Ham. Oh man, you funny, Gino P. Absolutely. You know, absolutely for sure. What's up, the finally way of you? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You're welcome at Craig Giselle. It says, can we throw you an online B-Day? I'll probably be on here. I'll probably be on here for sure. Appreciate that, Heat. He says, can we get around Charlotte without renting a car? I mean, I don't know. You understand? I don't know if the TLG vans and buses and stuff like that, you know, it's taking people places and what have you. But if you're talking about like walking and stuff like that, you're most likely going to need a car. Most likely. All right. You two have a nice day at Bob T. All right. I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm Tony Harvin. You know, I'm signing off. I hope everybody have a wonderful night, wonderful evening. Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow. Lord willing. Let me read this comment. Patrick T says, some Christian, what is that? Whatever you said, apologists that go up against Muslims have to wear bulletproof vests and have security and go into hiding because Muslims don't play that and will hurt you for what you say. Wow. Oh, yeah. I'm just joking with you, man. That's fine. At G Swole, that's fine. All right. Peace, peace, peace. Once again, I'm signing off. May you all have a blessed night. All right. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.